So, last time, this unnamed group of semi-evil characters who have been on the run from paladins made their way to Reed Town and decided to investigate a secret temple under the water that this old man was spouting off crazy theories and uh, all this strange stuff. So in the morning, you all woke, went on a little boat ride, and then made goals to then visit Redridge and try and find a temple there to potentially revive your currently both alive and dead ally, Asanath. During the boat ride, your friendly, unlucky raven joined you, and you all eventually did find the temple. Upon its uncovering from underneath the water, you all watched as this old man encased himself in armor made of ice, and then was very much soon after that completely attacked by Ripley. The old man really didn't get to put up much of a fight and was quickly taken down, as he is old. Now a bloody mess on the steps of the temple, you all entered, and then discovered that this temple is a temple to Hadar, and seemingly is a temple of the heralds of Hadar. There was a sort of challenge or riddle attached to the temple, and when you asked for help reviving your ally, the temple unveiled a massive ruby, so big that it could set you all up for life. You never have to buy anything ever again. However, this ruby also seemed to perfectly slot within a strange red contraption. As you picked up the ruby, the natural defenses of the structure came to life, and you all ignored it and placed the gem in its pedestal, which shattered the gem, leaving behind a singular diamond for the raise dead spell and a scroll for the same spell. The security measures faded, and you all hopped back in your vessel as the temple sinks back below the unnamed lake of Reedtown. You all rowed to the south, again heading for Redridge, and found yourselves encamping on a singular hill that seemed to dot the landscape. Over the course of the night, there were some conversations that were had, and right before sunrise, a strange mist began to envelop the place. Atlas attempted to wake Asanath, who was forcing themselves to stay awake to not die again. But it seems that Asanath still died over the course of the night. You all were able to revive Asanath, and luckily, because Grim was with you, this strange mist that seemed to have fallen or been called forth from the Feywilds retreated. Now the sun rises on a new day here in the Reach, as you are all readying yourselves for another day's journey to the Red Ridge. As we pick up today's session.
Oh, joy.
Oh, joy indeed. So you all pack up your encampments and begin your long journey towards Redridge. Any conversations that wish to be had? Or you all just silently walk?
Um, this time around, I don't think I have anything to say this
I-
time.
I have a question for like the group as a whole.
All right.
When we get to Red Ridge and we're looking for someone to revive me, should I not walk in?
Ooh, that's a
Okay.
good point.
I said okay.
Uh,
You said
I suppose it depends on what kind of help we're able to find. How
wait. So you said
Basically.
if you should walk in?
Yeah, like because we're looking for someone to revive me, and I'm dead, but I'm still walking around. Sometimes people aren't cool with that.
I mean, well, Atlas is with us, so
Yeah, but
and he's visibly dead.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't walk in either.
yeah. It's just a concern because
Do
there's an
we?
asylum and we don't know what it's about. We just know that some people who may have encountered Hadar shit are there.
we could send more inconspicuous people in to search for help and try to explain things as vaguely as we can to sort of gauge the dispositions of the people.
Right.
Who's
I
the
would.
most normal?
Uh,
Looking around at a group of freaks.
Do I look
realistic.
dead?
I mean, no. You just look real hurt.
Okay, so the ones who look normal are probably Eagle, Bonnie,
And then Ripley.
and Ripley's got a weird fucked up arm.
Yeah, I mean, but having a prosthetic isn't really.
No, it's not the prosthetic I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
We can't see the fucked up part.
yeah.
Okay, I wasn't aware of how.
Yeah,
fucked up it
it's covered up.
Yeah. Then Ripley.
Bonnie, she wears like a full like mask and
She's-
everything.
yeah.
Though I'm not sure if people would vibe with that,
Well, she's like a plague
or if they'd
doctor.
be
That's
suspicious.
fine. She just takes her health very seriously.
very,
Definitely,
very
definitely.
seriously. They have germs. Oh, yeah, she took it off. Maybe weird.
They're nasty.
They nasty. Ooh, they
Those
nasty.
cooties.
They got cooties.
Damn, so true actually.
Wow.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. But I guess as far as normal looking goes, Egil is the most normal looking.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is just a kobold. He doesn't really have a lot going
Also
on.
the most medically knowledgeable, so
That is
probably be able
also-
to explain the situation better.
I just look like an incredibly fucked up elf.
Yeah, you don't. You still look normal. You just look like
yeah,
you've been
and
through
I don't
some
look
shit.
like I'm dead. I just look incredibly hurt and scarred. That's all. I'm not weird.
Well,
I don't have to open my mouth around them.
physically, perhaps
don't-
not.
I don't have to open my mouth.
You know, that's true. You don't have to.
I
But
can
will
choose silence.
But will you?
If it means being alive again, yes.
Alright, very
Okay.
fair.
All right. So, do we want Atlas? All right. So Graham? Who here in the group knows of Red Ridge or like its social economic climate? If anyone in the group would know.
I don't think any of you.
Okay.
I
All of
think
you-
we
Um,
some people rolled history checks for it, and we all got ass.
Yeah. So Atlas is from Bitterwood. You're
mhm,
from where you are.
mhm.
Sanath is from where they are. Ripley's from like the woods.
The woods.
And then
The wood.
Bonnie also came from Bitterwood. So y'all have kind of really don't know much. Probably never
All right.
been
No,
far south of the woods for the most part.
okay. Better question.
Hmm.
In Retown, how did the people react to Atlas?
I mean, they they would probably stare, but like they never said anything. Also, you didn't run into that many people. Like you probably
Mhm.
saw like maybe 12 people in Retown. That was just
Okay.
in the tavern. Like you really saw no one on the streets. Granted, you went in there really early in the morning, and then left in like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
No one was fishing or getting ready to.
So I can certainly go and ask and explain the situation properly. Because regardless, at some point or another, you have to enter the town. Hmm.
What was that?
Egil would say he can go in and ask the questions necessary to see if we can find someone. But eventually, you'll have to enter the town at some point to receive the actual service, the magic.
Oh, yeah, no, I was more concerned about just walking into the place of business rather than just having my corpse be carried in. I'm perfectly fine going into town.
Oh. I feel just going into town would be the best bet. Because now this is gonna be in Gil's voice. I just don't feel like doing it right now. Just because it will be easier to explain that you more than likely have some form of curse upon you than to say that you are dying just consistently. I feel like that'd be easier to explain.
Yeah, or we somehow, like, we knew I was going to die soon, so we came here.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like that'd be
it's- yeah.
because that doesn't have to even include the Hadar stuff since they have the asylum.
Exactly. So it's like, I didn't want to, like, walk up to a place and be like, hello, I'm technically dead. Can you revive me, please? Because that invites a lot of questions.
Yeah, we'll just explain it more thoroughly, and that should hopefully get us what we're looking for without too many side eyes.
We can lie, surely.
Yeah, we can always lie. I don't know who's good at it, but we can always do it. We get
I love
diagnosed
lying.
with crazy kids.
Is that my doll?
No, that was a
I think
Grim.
that was Grim.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can't tell too.
Okay. But no, at this point, I mean, we'll walk in and we'll. Now, I personally think that Atlas might be more of a problem. I don't know. Retail is
Yeah,
small.
do we have like a cloak for him?
Yeah, I was gonna say I need something to cover myself up.
I could give him my cloak, I suppose.
I don't think I have anything that can help.
I'm way too small. Anything that I would have would not work for him. The only thing I could think is just giving him a bedroll to wrap around himself. But
I have vestments.
Religious vestments.
I have religious vestments. That's like a type of clothing.
Oh,
yeah, but I don't know if we want to. These Hadar ones.
Oh,
I
are
don't
they
know if
Hadar?
they're. Probably not.
Oh, I mean that's your. I figured it would be.
Yeah, but like it's not like Hadar has like an organized religion.
Valid.
They're probably just vestments that I have left over from my old
Ooh,
life.
Bonnie is.
You can put
The
vestments
disguise
Oh,
on
hell
you.
yeah.
If some concealer, some foundation.
Oh yeah. Do you wanna?
Yeah, maybe
if
a
you
little
Little
want,
color
pretty.
correction.
roll your disguise kit. So, this would probably be dexterity based.
Hell yeah, you got this.
Charisma. Are you gonna tell the foundation to look better? Oh, this is more of a skill thing. So,
Can I guidance?
sure, yeah.
I'll
And
guidance
you are basically blessed.
some benevolence before
Two
I die.
D4s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Subtract
Let's get
two
it.
d4s.
Subtract.
Yeah. Subtract.
Oh my.
I'm joking. And then we'll roll one more d4. Because Grim helps.
Ooh, 20.
Nice, 20.
Yeah, you set Atlas down and get to work. And it's basically like, almost like sculpting this new image of, a friend. And you make what looks to be a very living person that is not at all dead. They have, color to their skin. They have small little sunspots and freckles. They're no longer having these open wounds across their face. Atlas looks good. Probably has some dyed hair too, making that look so pure white.
Who you
Yeah,
making friend
he's
shapes?
hot.
Oh no, he's hot.
Oh yeah, just imagine like Squidward with like SpongeBob slamming a door in his face.
He was always hot to begin with.
People are gonna be staring for a whole different reason now.
There's a reason this.
Atlas, you're a problem. You draw too much attention.
There's a reason this man was married.
The ladies were fighting him. His wife had to fight him off every day he
Yeah,
went out.
God, in a small town too.
Yeah, his wife was a fighter. Joke.
She had to stamp her territory.
Yep, Sentinel,
Oh,
Polar Master, all the good stuff.
oh, that's funny.
But yeah,
Good job, Bonnie. This looks very passable. Indeed. All right. Well, with such preparations, I feel as though we're ready to enter the city now. If everyone else is, of course.
Ready as I'll ever be.
okay. You all continue your travels. Okay. The day is bright and shiny. Even though there are, cold winds that do strike all of you along the path, it is a fairly easy journey. The road is well built, well maintained, and seems to have, a lot of use, surprisingly. Every so often you do spot small caravans traveling with goods and supplies as you make your way towards Red Ridge. You travel for essentially the entirety of the day, and by the time you get close enough to Red Ridge to really see it, the sun begins to, close and set. Are you willing to travel through the, a portion of the night to get to Red Ridge, or do you wish to camp outside of it for one day?
We should probably just get into the city.
Let's get to the city.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, you all continue your journey through the night. The outside of Red Ridge, from what you can tell, seems to be the poorer sections. You can see a lot of farmland and small, almost like complex housing. But the main site of Red Ridge, which even in the darkness you can still see, as there are these multiple massive spire-like towers that seem to stick up like fingertips out of this large red-colored stones that make up this ridge. Many of the towers have these bright shining lights that cascade a beautiful, almost slight daylight into the rest of the city below. It seems to be a beautiful, well-built city. This is not a town. This is a massive work of engineering. A majority of the city is behind a massive river that seems slightly red to the color, even through the limited moonlight you do have. A single massive wide bridge spans the gap, and you can see that there are elements to this bridge that make it a drawbridge. You can see many guard towers and walls separate the city on the other side of the river from the remainder, and secure this city, all of its needs. As you approach the drawbridge, you can see many different types of guards, a couple humans, you can see one Goliath, and then probably about 5 or 6 dwarven individuals, all standing waiting at guard. One of the dwarves will kind of walk up to you all as you approach. Ayla, what can I do for you? You wish to enter the city of Red Ridge?
Yes, we have been traveling for quite some time.
Fair enough. It's after hours for the bridge work. Charge you a copper piece just to get across. Is that okay with you?
I'll reach in and pull out a copper.
He hands the copper. You hand the copper piece over. Takes it. Looks at it a little bit. You see kind of waves, and you can see a slight firelight. Seems to like do some sort of hand signal, or a flame signal, I should say. And suddenly, the drawbridge will slowly come down and allow access into the city. Welcome to Red Ridge. If you're looking for housing, if you've never been here before, I recommend the Rocky Rest.
A rocky rest.
Enjoy our fair city.
Thank you for the hospitality.
He nods his head towards you as you all cross the bridge. Eventually it does, begin to rise after you've made it to the other side. What you find is well-cobbled streets. Dozens and dozens of rows of houses. And essentially like a main thoroughfare that stretches lengthwise across the entire city. This is a very, from what you can see, it's a very thin city. Maybe only 5 streets wide, but it extends the entire length of this massive ridge. Probably about 10 miles from one end to the other, but not very deep. The houses are built up, the edges of the ridge, and so the city itself seems to rise level by level, street by street, until it reaches the actual ridgeline, and that's when the towers show themselves. The very tops of the ridge is filled with these beautiful manor-like houses that have views over the entire valley below. Also, great temples, massive domes, spiraling towers, and beautiful lights that make this city a wonder. This is probably one of the biggest cities in the Reach, for sure. The architecture, from what you can gather, it's not entirely human. There is a lot of very, very beautiful, intricate stonework, leading you to maybe believe that there's a large dwarven population here. To the south, maybe about 2 miles down, you can see there is a section of towers that are much larger and more almost ordered in a specific way. And you can see a massive entranceway into the ridge itself that takes up the entire section of 3 of the streets. There are no manors at the top of the ridges here. It is just towers and defenses, and that leads you to believe that it's probably some sort of fortification, maybe the castle of whoever runs this city. There are people awake and moving, but generally it's a little quiet. There is a few beaded wings as Grim kind of does join you. Will land on probably Eagle's shoulder. Well, this is a big one, isn't it?
Indeed.
I'll probably stay mobile. You might not have my blessing as often here. I'll follow you, and I'll bed with all of you, and then I might get to some shenanigans tomorrow, if that's fine with you. I'm not a big fan of the temples.
Do whatever suits your fancy.
Okay.
We would never dream of stopping Grim.
Well,
Don't think we could if we wanted to.
find
No.
your way, and I'll find you. And he kind of hops off your shoulder and takes a low flight, circles. You see this large obelisk in a small, a very small kind of a town center or something like that. Lots of broken down, closed for the night shops. And as he flies around, you can see one man is probably pushing a cart really late into the night, and all of a sudden you just see one of the wheels falls off and starts rolling away, and you go, "Ah, no!" As this man just has bad luck.
That's grim.
Yeah.
The slight laugh of Grim kind of echoes across the night sky.
I hope he follows us around forever. Nothing like making a place a home, as in causing misery to everyone around you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. So you all pass the broken down wheelbarrow of the cabbage salesman and make your way further into the
Not the
city.
cabbage salesman. My cabbages!
My cabbages!
Oh man, that's what.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Asking any person nearby, you are directed to this the Rocky Rest. It seems to be in the second layer of the city, so you have to go up some of these sloped streets, and eventually you do find a pretty sizable 3-story building. Doesn't seem very large, but it's made of this hardy red stone. It seems to have probably a lot of iron in it. You enter inside and you immediately find a raucous, lively place. There are half a dozen dwarves currently playing some type of drunken karaoke, where they're just singing drunkenly. They're just singing dwarven songs. You can see a bartender is currently doing his best to refill. 4 of them have gone back to the bar and are getting their pitchers refilled with beer. And he seems a little stressed. You can see the building itself does have a staircase that seems to lead up. It's not fancy by any means. You can't see the rooms above you, but you could probably hear it. Human bartender eventually fills up the bar, patrons' glasses, and turns to all of you. Hail! What can I get for you?
We're looking for some rooms.
Rooms for all of you?
Yes.
I do have, I have one group room ready. I can set up a couple individual rooms if you need. All together or separate?
I guess.
You might as well do all together.
Yeah. All together.
All together? Okay, it'll be 1 gold piece. Baths are complimentary. It's on the 2nd floor to your left. Currently, I think the aqueducts are still bringing hot water, so it should be good. Hot water does end at 2.
All right. 1
Is
gold
there a
piece.
clock?
Yeah, you can see there's a large dwarven made timepiece that seems to be hung on the wall, depicting the time as roughly 12:30.
Okay.
You hand over the single gold piece. He'll hand over a single key. If you need food, ask. We have servers. Just find a seat and they can find you.
All right. What time is it?
It's 12:30.
12:30.
Yeah.
Well, it's been some time for me. I'm going to go take a bath, and I'll hand the key to Asanoth.
Okay. I would also like to take a bath at some point,
Mhm.
because I feel like I should clean my wounds, my open wounds.
You all, head up the stairs, and you find, the baths. There's 3 separate rooms for the baths. One is currently occupied, but there are 2 free and open baths. So, if you take shifts, you are able to mostly fit all of your, bathing times in before the cutoff time. Unless you're taking like 2-hour baths.
Nah, nothing that serious.
I imagine
But,
a good
you know.
half hour you can all fit in that time frame.
Yeah. I just want to scrub soap
Mm-hmm.
on me and out of me.
Indeed. I'm a doctor. I'm supposed to be having really clean hands.
Easy enough. You all are able to use the complimentary baths. The water's not warm. It's like lukewarm. So
Better than nothing.
yeah, it's free. It's complimentary.
I'm sure they got a bathhouse here if we really want to.
Yeah.
You're all able to get clean. Head off to your room. Do any of you open the window?
Yes.
You open your window, and eventually, Grim will, kind of fly in and surface himself with a bunch of random knickknacks that he's stolen.
You've been busy.
Yeah, I stole this one from a child, and he holds up what looks to be a small, like, misshapen doll. It looks probably like a young kid's favorite doll that's like overused to the point of it being mostly broken. And he kind of like pulls on it a little bit and rips the head off. Starts playing with the stuffing.
Anything of note from your aerial view?
Well, lots of temples, top of the ridge. There's a good guard presence. They're pretty safe here, I think. Not my sort of place. Couple, open windows from unexpected people. So found some good stuff.
Did you happen to see any drow?
Drow? No. Many dwarves? Yes.
Of course.
There is some sections to the underground of the city, I think. A couple miles south. There's also that big, it looks like a castle, built into the mountain itself. I would avoid that. But, it seems there's some underground sections. If I were a drow, that's where I would live.
Of course. Of course, indeed.
Oh, do you want this one? Hold up. And he kind of flies back out the window, flies back in, and you can see he's holding a family portrait. He sits it down.
Who are the figures identifiable by us?
It just looks like a, two
Random family
sons
portrait.
and a dwarven mom and a human father.
Is there anything written on the back?
You look on the back of it, it just says their names. The Kettle Hut family.
I'll can I take it out the frame just to see if there's anything inside?
You take it out the frame. Out of the in the bottom of the frame, there is like what looks to be a singular note, and like an old photo of like some. It looks to be like a heroic pose of some maybe adventurer in the Kettle Hut family, from a long time ago, and it just says, "Protect my daughter."
Hmm. I actually will keep this. I'll put it back in the frame.
Sweet. Yeah, I just flew into some
Thank you.
person's house and I just stole it. So
Where was this home?
he kind of hops up to the window, kind of takes his wing and kind of points southward. Points to what looks to be a large section of almost apartments, it seems. And you can see there's one house on the second floor that has the window open. He kind of points to that one. Maybe like 300 feet away.
Okay. And what are their names?
Kettle Huts.
The Kettle Huts.
Yeah, it's the Kettle Hut family.
Kettle Huts.
They're asking for it with the name like Kettle Hut.
Yeah, and the adventurer it's a dwarven adventurer, so it seems it's probably from the moms.
I figured. I figured. You said to protect my daughter. I figured. All right. I have their family.
Which leads you also to believe that probably the guy the husband took the wife's name, potentially,
Yeah.
or just allowed the kids to be named after the wife.
With hidden notes. Okay.
That's only acceptable if his last name was significantly less cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or if his name just didn't have any significance, culturally speaking.
Yeah, either or,
Yeah,
then
one.
it's acceptable.
Oh, your name sucks. We're taking mines, honey.
That's how I
Yes,
felt when my
dear.
mother got married.
Me and my girlfriend already said we were going to come up with our own last name.
Nice.
That's badass.
Yeah,
don't-
it is. The only reason why is one, she doesn't like her last name, and I'm the only person in my family with my last name. It's it's like a whole story.
Fair.
So we are just like, well, fuck it, we can start our own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's badass. That'd be so cool.
I don't mind sharing this because it's not identifying information, but my mother got married and changed her last name to Smith.
Hmm.
Oh, I
From
know.
what?
I know that, Smith.
I know that Smith. Was it cooler before Smith?
It was unique.
Oh,
At least.
Smith is
Damn.
boring.
It
It's-
is.
It's the most. It's one. I
And
mean,
she
it's just
also
boring.
has
Man.
like a biblical first name, so it's also an incredibly common first name.
Huh.
Oh, damn.
So it's just
Damn,
the
And
most
it's like-
common name imaginable.
Yes.
That's tragic.
She might as well be fucking Jane Doe.
Damn. Ow.
I learned
Oh,
that if you
man.
change your name, it's you're already paying to change your name. So like might as well just also change your middle name to be something badass. I know someone who changed their last name and then they were like, you know what, I'm gonna make my middle name Laser. Because
Oh,
why
wow.
not? Well, why not?
Because fuck
Someone's
it, that's
definitely
why.
made their middle name Danger.
Oh hell
Oh.
yeah. I can't change
last
I can't
name
change
don't.
my name at all. Because all of my initials are the same. They're all D.
Triple D.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
fact,
you gotta keep that.
my middle name is actually just D. So
Oh,
I there's no
man.
I can't change it. It's too good.
You gotta change it to N. D&D, man.
Ah, I could. What's a good N name though? Like Nick? No.
Nah. Oh man.
I'll stick with Dine-ins, drive-ins, and dives.
Trying to drop the dice. Okay, we get the sidetrack.
Yeah.
All right, the cattle huts to the south. I got the family portrait. I'll use that somehow. I know I will. Anyways. Okay.
Yeah. You all bed down and rest within your newly found little room. Anyone choosing to stay up?
Yeah, I'll probably stay up. I'll play some cards again with Clay.
Okay.
I will stay up for as long as I can.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to play cards as well?
Yeah, I'll play cards. I'll play cards until I die.
Do I want to stay up? No.
Roll.
I'll go ahead and go sleep.
I want the 3 people who are playing cards to roll d20s, please. And you said Eagle, you're staying up?
I just don't want to stay up. I'm trying to think because
My doctor needs
no. Yeah. I'm gonna trust Atlas to watch Arsenal.
rest. Mhm.
Clay's just so
Okay.
good at cards.
Yeah. Do you bet any money on this?
Me,
I'll let
no.
him rob you.
I gotta pay a
Probably
guy
not.
to get me back to life.
Okay.
This fucking poker face.
Play out here hustling you
Um,
guys.
Yeah.
We should team up against
Jesus.
Clay.
Okay. Yeah, you begin to play cards with Clay and Atlas Asanov. And if this little homunculus could say read them and weep, he would have said that every single time he laid his cards down. The entire night you are getting absolutely rolled. Which it's strange that like you would have such bad luck in cards. Like it's
We gotta get this guy in a casino.
yeah. Near the very end of the night, it's probably pushing maybe 4 in the morning. Real late. Actually, probably more because you probably bedded down around 2. So actually, it's more like early, like maybe 6. We'll go. You're in the middle of one of your hands. Clay, draws 2 cards, looks at them, and if you could see, a little homunculus try and be stone-faced, you see it, and you're like, oh, maybe I finally caught him. So you put it all on the line, and as you put them all on the line, Clay puts his cards down, full house, absolutely destroys you, and at that moment you hear just the slightest And as you turn to look at Grim, who's been watching the entire time, Asanath, everything goes black. Atlas and Bonnie, you turn to look at Grim, and then you just in the periphery of your vision, there's just like a snap in Asanath's demeanor, and you turn, and there's just nothing, and Asanath falls and just goes prone into the deck of cards.
Yeah, I guess I'll rush over to her and try like shake her awake, essentially.
Yeah, you begin to shake Asanath. And, you're pretty sure this is one of those moments Asanath has just died again.
Yeah, I guess in that case, I'll just try to get her comfortable.
The doll is still in her
blanket,
arms.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll take a look at the doll.
Yeah, the doll's just kind of sitting in Asanath's arms. It hasn't moved, hasn't really said anything for the longest time.
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of take it and just put it aside.
Okay. You just like set it off to the side.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing seems to really change. Asanath is just laying there, still in the deck of cards. Well, you said you propped Asanath up, right?
Yeah, I'll just get her comfortable, essentially.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of lay Asanath down in a comfortable position. It's so strange and like instant. It's hard to like. It was like just something just clicked, and Asanath just went down. Okay. Are you doing anything, or just kind of waiting?
Yeah, I'll just wait.
Okay. You kind of sit there for a while, not knowing what to do. What's your passive perceptions?
Mine's 14.
Okay. Yeah. About, you're just looking at Asanath, making sure, to see if there's anything untoward. And eventually, after about maybe 3 minutes or so, there's like the slightest little like thud behind you, or off to the side of you, and you kind of turn, and the poppet has fallen over.
And it just looks like it's just falling over.
Yeah, it just looks like yeah, it's kind of weird. Like it just seemed to have like face planted.
Right here.
Do you do anything?
I guess I'll kind of pick it up and bring it closer to Asanath.
Okay. Yeah, you put it closer and closer to Asanath. And you kind of set it down, not exactly in Asanath's arms or anything. And you kind of stand it up, and it sits there for, a good couple seconds, and it slowly tips and falls over. Its head brushes the side of Asanath, and Asanath wakes up. Asana, you find yourself to be completely, exhausted, and not exactly. You don't exactly remember what just happened.
How many levels of exhaustion is that now?
I believe you're at 2.
Yeah. Half speed. Ha 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 ha. I'll probably just like pick the doll up out of habit at this point.
Okay.
And blink at everyone around me. I don't know
I
what
made a
happened.
friend.
I will pat the doll.
That's like a gift for me. Yeah. Clay looks around, very confused, and you hear the distinct sound of cards reshuffling.
Clay does not give a single shit about any of our problems.
Absolutely not.
Why
Clay,
should he?
Clay just wants to win. It's all
Yeah.
Clay was designed to do.
Honestly, based.
Bonnie designed Clay to be a winner. Nothing deviates from that.
You watch as Clay does a trick where he shuffles the cards in his hands about 2 feet apart. You know, he's starting to do magic tricks. He's that good at it.
All right, Gambit, settle down.
The motherfucker don't even got thumbs.
I think he does have thumbs. He does have
Oh,
thumbs.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, in the art
Oh.
that Doctor made, he has thumbs.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
okay.
does.
Oh yeah, he
never
does
mind.
have thumbs.
He's got little hands.
I need to see a meme of this with the gif of Gambit saying, "I'm about to make a name for myself today."
Yeah.
Uh,
Absolutely.
Lord,
Oh,
I just do
no.
magic tricks.
It'd be polite of you to ask before you touch another man's liquor. Stuff like that. He is Gambit.
Oh, man. Clay is. Oh.
We need him in these trying times.
Does Clay have
Doctor.
a nigh unintelligible Cajun accent?
Doctor's
It's-
2 for
oh,
2 with the wholesome sidekick.
Always.
Doctor just gives us little guys.
This gives us she's 2 for 2 for little guys.
You gotta have the little guys, and then I bring the chaotic ones.
Yeah.
I
You
always
bring our
make sure-
mascots.
Yeah, I make sure you have like at least some chaotic force of nature.
First mushroom now crows.
Well, the Mushroommen, they didn't get up to their true potential in chaos.
Only reason why we were regularly on the move.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to establish a communist society when your, owners are far away on grand adventures.
Yeah.
Oh, not communist, sorry, capitalist.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about the Mushroom Men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that Sear's there mostly full time.
Oh,
She
yeah.
can guide them on the way to
Yeah.
opulence.
I imagine, like, Seer taught some of them spells.
The real simple ones.
Yeah, the
She
shaman
taught one of them
now, like,
terrible.
oh yeah, it can cast cantrips and it can summon they create like a summon mushroom spell.
Oh no, they can multiply.
They do mitosis.
Pop, pop, pop.
Oh,
Also, I imagine that they just start creating too many of themselves at some point.
Oh,
With
I should
unlimited
teach them how to
food.
teleport.
Yes. Imagine
That's
the
too dangerous.
armies of teleporting mushroom men. They just teleported in the middle of
Teleporting,
like some
yeah.
battlefield and start slinging fireballs.
And then they just summon more mushroom that teleport further in and sling more fireball.
Perfect.
Hell of a combo.
It's the infinite machine.
Weapon of mass destruction.
Speaking of slinging, let's finish slinging Z's and wake up for the next day.
Yeah, you all eventually wake up to the unsleeping companions, which Asanath just looks horrible.
I walked up to her and like she looks out of it. How would you describe Asanoth looking?
I
would describe. You
No, you
first,
go.
Ray.
You go. This is your character. How does your character look on 2 days of no sleep and death?
At first it's a little hard to tell. Half her face is burned. The other half, horrible eye bags, and her eyes is about as blank as the dead one.
Mm,
Plus, I'd only imagine, when people don't like sleep right and their skin gets like weirdly translucent and weak looking.
mhm.
That going on too. And I am covered in open wounds.
So Gil comes up, kind of really looks her, scans her in the face. You died again, I'm guessing.
I would assume.
What happened?
Be better off asking Atlas. I don't really remember.
Can you recall the details, Atlas?
Yeah, it just kind of happened suddenly. We were just playing cards and kind of like looked like her eyes just went blank and just kind of collapsed.
When did she regain consciousness?
Graham, how long was she out for?
Probably about 5 minutes. Like not very long, It took a couple minutes for, the doll to kind of fall, and then which almost reminded you that the doll was not next to her because you took it away.
How dare you separate us, Atlas?
I mean, she still died with the doll in her hands, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully our endeavors today will cease this from happening any further. All right. You said it's probably around 10 o'clock.
Probably, you went to bed pretty late. Yeah. So the sun is well and truly risen. The city itself is bustling and quite busy, in fact, as you exit out onto the city streets. Now that it is daylight and people are doing their business, you can easily tell that this is a very mixed city. Lots of dwarves, lots of humans, all kind of commingled together, creating a multifaceted culture, it seems.
Okay.
If you wish to
Yes.
ask about certain locations or see if there's anything you want, you can always make an investigation check if you're trying to find something specific.
Is there a particular temple we think we should go to?
I was thinking of asking the barkeep if there were any temples that were known for being willing to resurrect people.
That's fair.
Raise the dead, so to speak.
Sounds like a plan.
Asking the bartender, he'll tell you freely and openly. Oh yeah, if you're looking for the Lady of Life, I mean, her temple is up on the mount. Sharon Delar. Dwarves call her Lady of Mercy. It's right next to well, it's connected into the asylum, bringing mercy to those who need it.
Looks like we have a destination.
And I wish to go to this asylum anyway.
Well, just be careful. There's a lot of
Seems like a
outsiders
good-
that have been making their way there recently. We're the talk of the town right now.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, I thought I heard about that back in Reedtown.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where they came from. But they there's the paladins from further afield that are trying to get access to them or something. It's all a whole big conundrum going on. Personally, I stay out of the
see.
religious politics.
So are there paladins at the asylum right now?
I know they're in the city. They're trying to convince the religious, I don't know, to do something. I don't know what paladins do.
Who does?
Drink for the road.
Oh, no, thank you.
Had to try.
I don't have money to take. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
Oh, this is me talking to myself.
Oh.
I guess we're heading to the asylum.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Temple of the Lady of Mercy, the Lady of Life, Lady of Mercy. For me, at least.
Yeah.
All good. So, yeah, you begin to make your way up the side of the ridge itself. In the daylight, you can easily see that this, ridge line is covered in this really iron-rich stonework, giving it this very harsh red color. Hence the name Red Ridge. A lot of the buildings are made out of it as well, and it seems that they've gone through a great effort to ensure that that kind of red stain that permeates many of the rocks here is visible in the buildings, creating these tiered, striated, beautiful lines that seem to interconnect through many different buildings. And it's a very interesting design choice that is very, very specific and chosen, it seems. Yeah, make a investigation check with advantage as Clay helps. And this is the god, Shirindalar. Shirindalar. The Lady of Mercy, the Lady of Life. 21.
Sharon.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to, find lots of different restaurants and these beautiful establishments. There's a lot of different cultures here, it seems. So there's a lot of interesting dwarven spots that seem to be almost like classic barbecue places, where you can find you know kind of like almost a southern quality of meat to them. And then there's like a lot of human places that have typical human meals. Um, and then there's the rare tiefling shop that sells their culture's foods. It's a very multicultural city, and whatever you want, there's food here from it. Yeah, you can note down a couple of the names of places you might want to try. Just give me like a specific type of food, that you're kind of interested in, that would intrigue Ronnie. I'll make it happen. Um, but as you're, seeing these many different shops and stores, all manner of smithies and craftsmen that seem to be filling the spaces here as best as they can. You ascend the mount and begin to move a little bit further northward, where you find this beautiful temple, partially built into the ridge itself at the very apex of the ridge. You can see one of the towers spirals up and creates this beautiful, almost looks like a staff with hewn light at the top, almost like a lighthouse that seems to radiate daylight down to the city streets below. There seems to be a large dome structure at the very back of it, but for the most part, it seems to be this very um, intricate space. And honestly, it's very thin, almost built into the edges of the ridge itself, and almost combining with it to probably form a building symmetrical, but only on the inside of it. Um, so it's interesting design choice. Um, so you enter into the massive temple. You find pictures and sculptures denoting Sharandalar, this healing individual. You see individuals being given life. You see mercy being given to those who deserve it. Um, and you get the sense of a portfolio of fertility, healing, and life. Generally, it seems to be a very good space. You know, a side of the coin that you would see with Lathander and the likes. Um, you can see many minor clerics are conducting small little either tours or miniature rituals for small families. Um, yeah. Is there anyone you would and is there any questions you would wish to ask, or are you trying to find like an arch cleric or something like that?
I do have a question.
Yes.
Just from like the doorway, not going inside, glancing in, do I see anybody like actively being healed?
Um, I mean, yeah, you would probably see like there's probably one person who has like his family around him, and he's kind of in a specific, um, almost like space within the temple, and he's kind of on his knees, hands out, and you can see a cleric has their hands over top of uh, the individual's hands, and eyes are closed, and it seems like he's giving like some sort of small healing ritual to a person.
Okay. I'd like to try to. Is there like a window anywhere near where that's happening?
Not really a window. There's, you know,
Okay. How far into the temple is that from the doorway?
about halfway through.
Which is how many feet would you say?
Um, I would guess maybe 100 feet in.
Damn. Okay.
You can get closer.
I don't want to go inside.
Oh, not at all.
No, I was planning to let the others go inside. I was just gonna
Okay.
stay out, because what I need to do is not exactly subtle.
Should I play dead now?
I mean, you've already made
I
it
don't
this
think you
far.
really need to play dead though.
Okay.
You all, do you
Yeah,
enter the
I think
temple?
it'll be easier to. Oh yeah, I'm entering.
Okay. Does Asanath enter?
Yeah.
Okay. Asanath, you
I think it'll be
immediately
like I said.
combust into fire and burn in hell.
Oh, lovely.
Damn. Unfortunate.
Oh
Goodbye.
shit!
No.
Damn.
No, you step in, and yeah, you begin
I
to
drop
follow your
dead.
party. You begin to follow your party member
Drop dead
deeper into the
immediately.
temple. It seems there's a lot going on. Like, this is a very busy temple. It seems like a temple of life is a very important thing in a society like this. You can see, miners
Before
that seem to like just trying to get their fingers fixed or their backs, minor issues like that, and or just regular worshippers.
before walking in, I would ask Ripley, what type of figure should I be looking for?
Oh, I'm not a healer or anything, so I don't know, whoever looks the most important. I don't really go in churches, so
Right.
Someone capable of resurrection will be quite powerful, I'd say.
looks like somebody's doing some kind of healing over there. Could ask them.
At the very least, they should be open to questions.
I'll make my way to said individual.
Okay. As you get closer, you can hear minor words of healing. Varin, Stafa, Yacha. And you can see like a slight bit of radiant magic emanate out, and the person clenches their fists slightly. "Ah, thank you, sir." And he like stands up, shakes the cleric's hand, and begins to walk out with his family, flexing his hands as if some miracle has occurred. The cleric smiles. It's a young human man, very young, probably only like 17 or 18. He's just smiling. Hi, welcome to the Temple of Sharon Lindlar. How can I help you?
We are looking for a rather potent healer.
Oh? Well, that would be either the High Cleric or the Vice Cleric. Can I
Is it the high cleric or the vice cleric? Okay.
can I ask a few questions to discern the nature of the ailment? Because maybe I can help. I am a practiced healer myself.
Certainly, but I can assure you that this is going to be something beyond the norm.
Oh. May I ask which one of your companions it is? Just so I can get a sense.
I hold my hand up and gesture to Asanov.
He stands up, kind of takes a look at Asana, smiles at you. Huh. I mean, I don't think... May I ask what is wrong? Is the burns that you wish to heal? Those would take many months of specialized targeted healing. It is possible.
No, it's not scars that I'm worried about. I'm afraid that,
Might we do this in a little more private setting?
Oh, sorry, of course. Follow me, please. He'll lead you further into the temple, kind of take you into an offshoot room. And it just seems to be like a small space for like confessions or private rituals. Not very, large. He doesn't. He seems hesitant to just bring out the high cleric of the temple. or even the vice clerk. Like he's just like he's doing his due diligence, making sure that like, you know,
This isn't like something
oh,
he
you
can't
really
handle.
need
I
to see
understand.
my manager? Sure you do. You know, but he's being
Just
very nice
buckle in,
about it.
buddy. Take a seat. You're gonna want to sit down for this one.
We should be fairly private in here.
Of course. Would you like to describe your circumstance, or should I?
I suppose you can.
He says, not trusting herself.
Despite her current appearance, my companion here is bordering between life and death.
Oh,
This is no mere physical ailment. I am certain it's some form of curse. But at night, she dies.
and are you all reviving her then, or?
We do not know exactly what is causing this, but we do have reason to believe that a magic that has the capacity to revive someone should fix it permanently.
Oh yes. Well, I'm sorry, for delaying you for so long. Yes, I will try and fetch either the high clerk or the vice clerk. If you wish to remain here, that is entirely possible, or I could bring you further into the temple.
How far did we go into the temple?
Not far, like maybe 120 feet.
What were you going to say?
Me?
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell this guy that also, like, we have the supplies.
Oh,
Oh,
even
yeah.
better. In that case, just follow me. I'll lead you further into the temple.
And
Who's
You'll
with us right now?
everyone but Ripley, I believe.
Okay.
You all begin to, you leave the room. You begin to head past on the right side the main worship structure, where you can see this massive statue depicting Shirendalar with all of the vestments and beautiful symbols of their power and their strength as a healer, and begin to delve further into the facility. Um, there's this large set of double doors. You can see that seems to be church guards actually protect this section. You can see about 4 of them are currently set in the hallway. They wear the religious vestments of their chosen deity. They spot the group of individuals. Kelvin, Arch Cleric Yalamatam is currently busy. He cannot be seen. Oh, sorry. These individuals need um, resurrection magic. Feyretron is in the asylum next door. He'd be available. Sorry, but we cannot permit you to see High Cleric. Understood. Thank you. We're going to go to the asylum. Just be wary. It's a little. It's not as nice. But follow me. He takes you around the back of the temple towards the left side of the chamber. And there you can see like this massive hallway seems to lead deeper into the actual ridgeline. Following that, you can see there's lots of small dormitories and other rooms. You're kind of getting into like the deep recesses of this temple. And eventually you come across more guards and a definitely more secured wing of this space. You can see about 6 of the guards are currently standing by. The doors are currently closed. You can see 2 of them have their hands on the doors as if they're waiting to open them. You see, they both nod to each other and open the doors well before you all get close enough. And walking out, almost storming out, you can see 6 individuals. All of them wear heavy sets of armor. You can see one seems to be a similar type of hunter that you've seen before in Cardinal. You can see one is two of them, sorry, are these heavy-set knights wearing full helms. And you can see the other two individuals. One seems to be just a regular priest, and the other one seems to be some sort of captain or field commander, who has this almost devilish smile, short brown hair, military kind of cropped on the sides. You can see he has a singular mustache, no other facial hair. On his back is a big old halberd that kind of almost threatens to hit the ceiling with every step. And you can see he's slightly cursing to himself and his partners. And you can't exactly make out the words, but you can hear snickering come from a majority of his party as they make eye contact with you as they begin to pass you. And you can easily tell these are paladins of the Empire of Glass, 6 of them. You see the main one kind of glares at you as you walk by Egil, and just kind of as you both begin to pass, both of your troops, he kind of does a backward step and begins to walk backwards, just still staring at you. He gives this like weird, creepy smile towards you, and it turns
You
around.
said wait, hold on. All right.
So
Describe that again.
as your groups are passing each other, you pass each other. He turns around and is still staring at you, just walking backwards with his party. So he just like full on turns around to stare at you as you've passed him, going towards the door. You're basically entering the asylum now.
I don't pay him any attention at all.
Okay. Yeah, just something you
Yeah,
probably like barely notice with your passive perception. It's very overt. Like he full on is just walking backwards, like sauntering steps, just smiling at you. There's a few more words that you can't make out at this distance now, but you can definitely hear the snickering. And you get the sense that these individuals are not friendly. Entering into the asylum itself, it is beautiful in a way. Gone are a lot of the red ridged stonework that you've seen through much of the city, and replaced is this kind of almost silvery gray classic stone from probably deeper within the mountain structure. You can see this area is a dome, which is strange because you didn't see another dome on the outside of the temple, but realize the hallway is so long, you've cut through the ridge, and you're on the other side of the ridge line. You can see a large set of spiral stairs lines the wall and goes up to a raised platform that follows what looks to be a massive set of windows that lines the entirety of the dome. The dome itself is also glassed, but kind of those opaque glasses where you can't fully see through but lets light in. The windows on the side, however, are visible to look out of. It is a beautiful structure with these massive pillars. You can see small workstations. It almost seems to have like a very library-esque feeling to it. And you can see there are a few individuals currently sat down, being almost like taught or talked to by what seems to be like a couple therapists. People who probably need the mental help that is offered in a place like this. You're brought off to the right side of the building to what seems to be a more secured area as well. You can see a couple more guards that enters you into what looks to be a both a hallway and a staircase. There's a staircase off to your left that extends down somewhere deeper within the facility. And across from you, across from the rest of the hallway, is a single set of double doors that is currently open. You can see a nice warm fireplace is currently lit. You can see a rug and seating. The seats themselves have been seemingly arranged strangely. There's currently 6 of them out, but about 3 of them have been slightly tipped over and knocked down. And you can hear some padded footfalls in the room. Faye, Rintra? Are you there? Yes, come in. Hi, I met some individuals, in the temple. They claim they need healing magic. The High Cleric is not able to be seen right now, so I brought them straight to you. Is that okay? It is fine. Come on in. I'll take them from here. Yes, sir. He kind of smiles at you. I wish you luck in the rest of your healing journey. And he kind of gives a slow bow to Asanath. You all step into the room. It's beautifully furnished. You can see a massive bookshelf lines the entire back wall. There's a single set of windows that kind of is almost carved out in like the top middle of the bookshelf, letting in a little bit of light, but for the most part it's fairly dark. And you can see the individual standing, currently readjusting papers that seemingly have been thrown about his desk in the room, as a tall individual wearing the vestments of the god here. You can see pure white hair, beautiful, calm eyes, and darker skin of a drow. Come, have a seat if you need. Sorry about the arrangements. My previous guests were not the kindest.
I understand.
The individual meets your gaze. So, you need healing. The costs are great for healing magic. My guess is if you did not use Revivify, that means you need a Raise Dead spell. That can be done at a great expense. Do you have the funds?
Well, I do have some money, and I also have a scroll for Raise Dead, as well as the damage required.
Oh. Well, this is peculiar. Not often do people come in with the ingredients for resurrections.
Yes, I just lack the skill, and I'd rather not leave such a thing up to chance, if I can help it.
Smart to leave this in the hands of a trained professional. Glad to hear that someone else is on a journey of healing. So,
This is,
there still is a cost. My time
of course.
and my ability will be needed. But if you already have the scroll, I don't have to expend my strength to do it. Shouldn't be too bad. Do you have the corpse with you? Or will I have to leave the temple?
I am the corpse, or rather the corpse to be.
Pardon?
Yes, as we explained to our guide earlier, I happen to be under a curse that leaves me dead in the night, and we have reason to believe that a Raise Dead spell might put an end to the curse.
Huh.
Huh. Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
He quickly saunters over to you, and you can see, he's a well-built individual, probably in his maybe later years as an elf. It's hard to tell, but
You said
definitely,
this. You said this is a drow, correct?
yes, this is a drow. Yeah,
So
it's
why
hard
he's
to
like,
tell with your silvered hair.
Perfect.
Yeah. Why he's like looking over her, I like not like insanely obvious, but I am like kind of glancing at his ears a little bit. But then I kind of refocus back onto the task at hand.
Yeah, he seems fully
Wait a minute.
preoccupied with Asanath, as he doesn't seem to, passively notice you're staring. Huh. Well, whatever curse has befallen you, let me cast a spell here. And you see he just casts Detect Magic real fast.
Pretty much.
Well, whatever
Some nice news
cursed you
there.
doesn't show itself outright. You should be alive. I can
For all
definitely
intents and
tell that
purposes.
you've had a drastic series of events, though. You look exhausted.
I am.
I
Her
can
body
def-
does not rest during these periods of death.
Huh. I've never seen anything like this. The High Cleric? No, you wouldn't care. I can definitely tell. Points to you, Egil. You are cursed for the sure.
That I am 100% sure of.
I can't. It would take me a closer look to see exactly what is the nature of yours, but yours is very at that. This is something else. I don't know if you would need to be in that deadened state in order to be revived. I've never attempted a raised dead on a living person. This is peculiar. It might involve some
Well-
more research.
We could try to induce the dead state.
How do you wish to do that? I have sworn an oath to do no harm. I cannot be the one.
You've
while
taken the
he's-
Hippocratic Oath.
While he's
It's
talking,
canon.
can I just like quietly put my doll in my
Yeah.
bag, and like hand my bag over to Eagle?
Sure. Okay.
Well, it might not work. It might work. Who knows?
Well, I'm not going to have you fall and crack your head. Sit down. And he kind of goes and with a very elegant kind of like pull of one of the chairs, just with his foot, he almost sends a chair right underneath you.
How funny would it be if I fell and cracked my head anyways?
At the exact moment.
I'll sit down. We'll
Yeah.
see if something happens. It might not.
He kind of begins to walk around his desk to some of the books on the bookshelf. In the meantime, pull this one and this one. There might be some answers in some of these, but the likelihood of it is very slim. In the meantime, while I read, we can discuss payment. It's an intriguing case, but still, I must charge. Church needs its money, and, well, resurrection is a good moneymaker for those who can pay for it.
Certainly.
Typically, for removal of curses, church costs about 20 gold pieces to remove a curse. Not bad, not great. Revival typically falls within 150 gold, added on to the cost typically of a diamond. Most people, regular people, can't afford this. I'm guessing, since you are here anyways, and you have a certain look to all of you, you might be able to afford this.
And that is merely just for the actual service itself, correct?
Yes, that's just for the service. You already have the diamond, so that extra, 150 gold is us just the main cost that you will be incurring. Your 500 gold stays in your pockets, unless you're paid for this diamond. Which I have no reason to believe otherwise.
I can pay the 150.
Wonderful.
That'll leave me 47 gold left.
Well, paying for your own revival typically only happens in wills.
Well, I can cross it off my bucket list now.
So, if you were willing to eliminate your curse, I don't think I ever got any of your names. Should probably have started with that. My name is Faye Rinthra. If you wish to know, I'm not initially from here. Don't know if you've ever seen a drow like me before. I come from Dekabal.
Oh, hey.
And if you've ever heard of the city of Volfanada, although in recent years I doubt you have.
Oh, damn.
And
I
what
didn't
is
spell
he,
it.
the
I didn't spell
vice
that right
cleric?
at all.
Hmm?
He's vice
He's the
cleric,
vice
I think.
cleric?
What'd you say?
Is he the
Vice
vice
cleric?
cleric?
Yeah, the vice cleric.
Okay. For a second, I thought we were saying spice cleric.
And that's what I thought at first. I'm like, I was like, spice cleric. I'm like, wait, because I didn't even hear cleric fully. I'm like, why would you bring up spice? I'm like, do you think he's like did I name him after a spice girl? I don't know the spice girls' names. That was my thought process that whole time. I'm like, what are the spice girls' names? Did I fuck up?
What are the
Like-
Spice Girls' names? Is crazy.
I don't know.
Rinthra.
I just
the
heard spice and then
girl.
a word. And I'm like, what?
No, vice cleric. Okay, I just wanted to get his rank right in my notes.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know
the
if I'm
vice
spelling
cleric.
any of his shit
He
correct.
also
The
introduced
vice
him.
cleric, baby spice.
He is the vice cleric of the Temple of Shiren Dalar, and also the current head of the Asylum of Twag Hagar.
The Asylum of
you know,
what
you,
the
you know, you got to put that in.
Um, and do any of you speak Dwarvish?
Okay. No, I know I don't. Okay, so, alright, so
Volthanad.
Volthanada is
Yes.
the what now?
That's the city he's from. He
Okay.
does
Alright.
like the blanket, like, this is my name, this is where I was born, all that good stuff.
He's the
Canada.
what of the asylum?
He's the director. He's the head of the asylum.
Director. Okay.
So he
Uh,
both works in
vice
the temple
cleric.
and in the asylum. He's the actual like leader of it.
Nice, nice.
Sharon Lord Temple, and then director of Asylum of. I
We're
ain't
gonna
gonna
learn
lie.
so much
I'm
about
not,
this
I'm not gonna
guy,
get that
and
name.
then we're
for
gonna
a while.
take his ears.
Exactly.
You're gonna take his ears?
Hey, you told me I need 2 drow ears.
I know.
Well, maybe he knows where the drow stay in the city, and we can go find him.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe I shouldn't aim for such a high valuable target off
Yeah.
the start. Work my way down. Work my way up.
Either way, start lower.
Start lower and go from there.
So I'm guessing none of you speak Dwarvish.
Oh,
I don't.
What about Bonnie or Atlas? Do either you two speak Dwarvish?
I doubt it.
No, I don't.
I was just saying. The odds were very, very low. I don't even think the last someone in the last campaign.
I have no idea.
Technically speaks comprehend languages. What do you mean by
Oh
technically?
yeah. It's just comprehend language up. She technically does speak Dwarvish.
Oh, I mean, did you cast it?
Ripley also has that spell, but he is not there.
Sure. Yeah, you cast it. You know, and the only thing you learn is the translated name of the temple. I'm not the temple. The asylum is the Shattered Mind in Dwarvish. Yeah.
Something's better than nothing.
More lore.
We're lore heavy out here, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Am I still alive?
Yeah.
Well, looks like I'm not dying.
Okay.
And one thing. At this point, we're gonna cut to Ripley at the entranceway of the temple. As you can see, a group of 6 hunters walking out of where your allies just went down, and they begin to walk out towards the door of the temple. Ripley.
Sorry, I had my headphones off for a second. Can you repeat that?
You watch as 6 paladins that are very similar to the ones you saw in Cardinal, like the hunters and the knights, and priests, begin walking out of the temple. They walk from where your allies came from. And they're walking towards you. You're in the doorway of the temple.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to kind of duck off to the side. Don't
Make
want
a
to be in
stealth
their
check.
way. Ooh. Interesting. I don't
Okay.
know if I have Grimm's guidance or not.
Grim? Probably not, actually.
Then 15.
Grim kind of is not
Yeah.
here. He didn't want to come to the temple. 15? 15 is enough. They seem preoccupied, and as they begin walking out, you can hear like they kind of stop a little bit on the outside of the temple, as you can see the leader kind of stops his troop and looks back. That prissy, damned knife ear. I swear we should just go in there and kill all of them. You want to attack a temple? Even if we could convince the High Cleric, he's not going to allow it. Something has to be done. The damned Hadar spawn. They're just going to spread. We were given our orders. We must do them. What do you think? I say we come back in the morning and show them the might of the Empire of Glass. We'll talk about it. Let's go. And they begin to walk off. You definitely get a sense that these are very much terrible people.
Yeah,
Nah.
sort of getting those vibes.
Yeah, but they did not notice you.
They're fascists and racist.
Yeah. And then we cut back to main party. Egil, what were you saying?
Oh, So, based off of when she would black out and obviously die,
Hmm.
was that seemed to be around a certain time?
Um,
Because it's happened on 3 occasions.
I mean, each occasion's happened really early in the morning, from what you can tell.
Really early in the morning. Hmm.
The last time was
It is
about
possible.
6, pretty much.
6.
That was like with an actual person watching over. You know.
No, yeah, fuck. It's very possible that it is time-based. We've only had one full recording of the instance of her dying, and that happened around 6 this morning. The other times were somewhere in that time range, but I do not know how early.
Well, I could always just have you stay at the asylum for the night. I rarely sleep, and when I do, usually don't sleep very long. I'd rather have you here in my care than wandering the streets and potentially dying without access to spell. If that's okay with you, you wish to stay here.
Sure, I can stay here.
Okay. I'll make sure to be around you all times of the day in case something happens, and I can send one of my um, fellow attendants to watch over you in times where I have to be away for um, other meetings and such. But I will never be far. I make sure that I'm near all my patients. All I would need is the actual diamond and the spell scroll, so I can use it as soon as I can, if something were to occur. Usually, though, it takes an hour of a ritual to cast the spell, so depending on the time frame of the death itself, I don't know. It could be dangerous. Difficult to line it up correctly. If I'm halfway through and you come back to life, I might just have to continue with the spell or risk the scroll burning, which I would rather not do. Would you be fine with those dangers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So money and the items needed. If you have any other questions, or if you wish, I can try and conduct the heal, the remove curse on you as soon as possible.
Mm.
I'm guessing you all introduced yourselves, by the way. I know
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I cut away, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Introductions, I'm sure.
Eagle, do you want to get your curse taken care of? Your new one?
It
or just to figure out what it is.
hasn't.
So cold.
What time of the day is it?
At this point, probably only took you like maybe an hour and a half to do all of this, so it's maybe close to 2.
Maybe close to 2.
Yeah.
Then I will actually hold off because mine hasn't shown any negative ramifications as of yet. Um,
If you wish, I can
Does it?
conveniently take a look and see what we're working with as well. That is up to you.
well, I suppose if it won't take much time.
He'll stand up and kind of go back over towards you. Gets down, does a squat in front of you. Kind of puts one of his hands on the edge of your head, single finger, thumb specifically on your forehead, and kind of cups your chin, and begins to look you over, speaking some words. Varin machinskar vafisk. You were touched by a hunger, that's for sure. Curse of the Great Beast. Wonderful. Well, it appears you are currently immune to cold. If I am correct, you're currently weak to lightning. A strange benefit of the madness given off by the Great Beast. Could be worse. I've seen some gnolls and such turn into monstrous creations.
I think I can work with that for now. I'm immune to cold,
Mm-hmm. And you are weak to lightning damage.
and I'm vulnerable to light.
Yeah.
That is,
Yeah.
not too bad.
It's a mutation given to you by the Great Beast.
Okay,
May I ask where you encountered the hungered? I do have to document any elder evil and its signs in the realm.
Northeast of Reedtown,
North?
into
Freetown?
yes, northeast along the trails, but more further into the hills.
So close to Crimson. Bad omen. Okay. I thank you for your service. He goes to his desk and begins writing a couple notes down. But if you're comfortable with the mutation, I can't do anything about it unless you wish it so. I would be careful. There are some unsavory types currently in Red Ridge that, if they learn someone like yourself is mutated, they may just destroy you. Politics, not my favorite thing. They have arrived in Red Ridge all the same.
I'll keep that in mind, but as of now, it's helping with the cold temperatures that we face during our travels.
It is a blighted winter, for sure.
Yeah, but that's it. Alright, guys. I gotta hop off. My side is really starting to hurt, and I can't keep setting up.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the session, and I'll talk to you guys next
Yeah,
week.
get some rest.
Yeah,
Hope
rest
you
up.
feel better soon.
Yeah, I can pretty much tell right now I'm not going.
Well, at least
Alright,
you get a
y'all.
long weekend.
Take it easy. Yeah, 4 days. I was
Yeah.
off yesterday, so.
Well, good luck.
Alright, guys. Enjoy the session.
See ya. Yeah, with that, I'm assuming, unless there's anything Bonnie or Atlas wishes to do, that you all might, kind of leave Asanoth in the asylum for a little bit, potentially.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
Okay. He doesn't seem to like push on anything. Like he doesn't want to seemingly make you all uncomfortable. Just whatever issues you have and want to bring up to him, he seems willing to talk about them. But he's being very respectful. None of you have probably never met a drow, but seems to be a very stand-up cleric. So yeah, the three of you leave: Egil, Bonnie, Atlas, leaving Asanath in the asylum. Back to Ripley. Is there anything else you wished to do? Also, yeah, that's a good question.
Ace is fine alone. What happens? I die.
You got a point.
Did you want to take Poppet back, or do you just leave Poppet in the bag? I mean, your doll back.
Yeah, I want to take it, but I will leave it because my doll being... I've been told that my doll being on me seems to correlate with me being alive somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And if I need to stay dead for this to work for the best, I should probably try to increase those chances.
Okay. Yeah, sounds
Who
good.
knows? Maybe it'll just show up.
Yeah. You begin to leave as soon as that happens. What's Bonnie's passive perception? It's the only one I don't remember. 11? Okay. Yeah, you, Atlas, and Egil begin to head out of the asylum back into the main temple. Ripley, what is it you have been doing? Anything in particular?
I think mostly just sort of wandering in the area outside the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to stay close but not just be standing at the doorway because that's weird.
Yeah, for sure. From what you can tell, the city is made of like a bunch of different ridge lines. A lot of the buildings on the left side are typically built into the cliffs of the ridge itself, and then there's usually a main thoroughfare and buildings on the right. Right before the cliff edges down into the next layer. Again, there's like 5 main streets, and it seems like this top street is just all like very rich, beautiful homes on the right side, with beautiful views and vistas. And then usually connected into the ridge itself are these grand temples. Walking about, you can see next door, very close to this, is the Temple of Lathander, where you can just see a massive, beautiful dome that lets in gorgeous amounts of sunlight, and multiple spiral towers that seem to have these sun-like balconies at the top. The city
Is
itself.
that where those paladins went?
The paladins went. Did you follow them?
No, just probably like watching where they walked off to.
They go to the main thoroughfare, and then they go down, and then you lose sight of them past some of those buildings. So
Okay.
they don't stay in this section of the city.
Interesting.
But you kind of like wander around a little bit. Eventually, you do hear. It's kind of a startling sound. There's like a slight, almost like crashing sound. And you kind of turn and look, and you see like near one of the main thoroughfares, some poor man was trying to bring a cart up to the high levels, but both of his wheels fell off, and then the cart just like starts tumbling down the pretty, steep main road, and you hear him go, "No!" and he runs down the steps, and that is soon followed by a very quiet coming from a statue behind you.
I'm just gonna take out a gold piece and like throw it up in the air.
He flies and will catch it in his little beak, and then he kind of lands on your shoulder. So, how's it going? He tucks the gold piece into his feathers, and you see it just disappears.
I don't. Where? I'm not gonna ask actually. Well, I think we're being hunted, so not ideal.
Hunted by what? Like a beast?
No, we ran into some nasty sorts back in Crimson, and seems like they didn't get the best impression of us.
Hmm.
So once her current problem's gone, I guess I get to tell her about a new one.
Huh. Well, if you need anyone to spy on these nasty sorts, maybe I could try and find them.
If you want to go listen in on some asshole paladins, sure.
Oh, paladins, you say?
Yep. The paladins of Lathander, right?
They're just paladins of the
They're
Empire of
I
Dawn.
thought Empire of Dawn. Okay, yeah. We
Yeah.
fought in the Lathander temple. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were some paladins of the Empire.
Oh, Empire of Glass. Sorry.
They went the Empire of Glass. They went that way. I'll point where they walked off to.
I know their looks. I'll see what I can do. I'll find you again sometime. Also, I have a lot of gold on me, and you'll never know where it's going. So,
I prefer to keep it that way. Yeah.
good luck. Also, if you see a cabbage salesman who really hates me, don't worry about it. And he flies off.
All right.
Eventually, you do see some of your party return.
Is this a good one of us is missing or a bad one of us is missing?
This is a good one because also I have to stay here until she dies again, I guess.
Got it.
So I guess
Well,
we're.
not much happening out here.
Yes. Well, I guess we're free to roam the city, Eagle will say.
I'd recommend we don't go that way. He points to where the paladins went. There were some colleagues of people who don't like us much that went that way.
Yeah, I guess we should keep a low profile.
Yes, it seems they may have talked to Claire in the temple. Not friendly to Hadar.
Or elves, I learned. At least not drow. Can't say I'm surprised.
Oh. Oh no.
At least I, the player, am assuming that's what Knife Ear was referring to.
Oh, 100%. They are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I wasn't totally reading that wrong.
Hold up. Wait a minute. For some reason, my Roll20 forced me to re-log in. Which I don't know why. You can continue.
Anything anyone needs while we're in a city?
Drow ears.
Yeah, I think I'm good on supplies at least. I think for now.
Does Bonnie need anything? I think.
Yeah, rations. I also like to find an herbalist if they have one. Something I need for something I'm working on.
Yeah, Gil will probably say that it'd be good to visit a herbalist to get some supplies.
To an herbalist.
To an herbalist. Someone make a investigation check, please.
I can do that. I'm good at finding things. Well,
Oof.
I'm not good at finding things, actually.
You have advantage. Your allies are helping you.
Great. Well,
So 10.
in theory, I'm good at finding things.
That you, honestly, you waste like 3 hours trying to find an herbalist. You walk past like the same couple shops like a dozen times, and then realize, oh, we're so stupid. Because you eventually realize the name of the shop that you're looking for is just really small lettering. And it has no window presence because it's a dwarven place, and so it's just a stone building with a small little metal sign on the edge of the stone that is the mossy biome. The second you walk in, you realize how could you be so wrong and not find this place so much earlier. It is filled to the brim with different types of funguses, moss. You can see all these different types of alchemical mixtures are being concocted and made. And you can see a ancient-looking female dwarf is currently brewing up something just in front of the counter. One drop of toad thistle, dung of a larva eater, tears of a child, and then, looking to the three bewildered customers, a single piece of my patented mossy biome moss. Drops it in. And then I say the words, Reshka Patari. And there. This is your cough medicine. And starts mixing the mixture, pulls it out, and you can see this strange stringiness. There you go. That's what you paid for. And it should cure up that cough in a couple days, okay?
Stringy? I do not want to chew Dayquil. That sounds revolting.
It's not to be ingested. You put it on your chest, and it kind of soaks in.
Ripley was not saying that out loud.
I know. I'm just saying. Hello, welcome to the mossy biome. You can call me
Hello.
Igvelda. I am the humble shopkeep here. So what can I get for you?
Nice place.
Yes, I have the best spot in all of Redridge.
I'm looking for some tree sap that dries sturdy and clear.
Tree sap that dries sturdy and clear. Let me go see what I got. I'm looking. Yeah. While they look, you kind of look around the space. And there's a lot of, you know, lots of different stuff. Anything you might need. I imagine Egil will probably start going for like birch, maybe some maybe some other stuff. They definitely have portobello mushrooms as well. Okay, so I have some bitterwood pine sap that might kind of work fine. I also have some evergreen sap, might be pretty good. I have a little bit of sap left over from De Cabal, from the Neriverine Forest. That stuff's pretty nice. And then I have some jungle sap from out of Southern.
And these all dry clear?
For the most part.
And how much for a jar of that?
One of these jars of sap, I'll probably put you back maybe. Give me a silver piece. They're from far-flung locations.
Alright.
Sweet. And just because you're so nice and so beautiful, I'll give you 2 of them. How about that?
It's like it's whiplash being called beautiful.
Such a handsome young tiefling.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Just gonna tuck the jars away and scuttle around to the rest of the group. And where was this sap from?
They would have given you bitterwood sap, and then most likely, probably would have given you some of the foreign sap. So probably sap out of Southern. Presumably, I would guess it'd be Mosin sap.
Right. Bonnie asked to look at any potions if there's any.
Yeah. Yeah, looking at the potions, there's one small tincture that seems to be larger than some of the others. There's 2 tinctures that seem to almost have like wisps of wind in them, and then there's a good sizable chunk of small little potions that are just sold in like a big shelf unit that just says potions of comprehension. And it's very much advertised towards like business people who need to like know a third language or another language. It's just a potion of comprehend languages. If you ask or look at one of the ones with the wisps in it, you're pretty sure it's a potion of flying. The one in the big bottle, it's uncertain exactly what it is. It's kind of this like pale white liquid. And like there's elements of like strange flesh in it. So that one is pretty difficult to discern. Ah, I see you're looking at some of my potions. Ooh, what an interesting person. You look awesome, either way. I like your everything. Oh yes, all the potions that comprehend language I've made myself, as are the potions of flying. This one, she kind of gently kind of goes up to the glass container and puts her hands out, one off to the side, one underneath, like almost like pretending she's holding it, but not actually picking it up, is actually very rare. It's one of my pride and joys. I didn't make it myself. This has been passed down um, from my father's grandfather, who said that he fought a cloud giant for it. It's a potion of giant size. Oh, yes, very much so. It's a bit rare, a bit legendary, in fact. Um, and I've not been able to find anyone to buy it. Um, so it's just like this beauty piece. The little bits of flesh, don't worry about it. If you're interested in potion making, this one is definitely one to strive towards, but it's very difficult. I think that it has like the tongue of a giant clam in it. Um, some other stuff, giant stuff. I didn't make this one, so. But yeah, a lot of monsters and beasts in our land. They have easily harvestable blood that sometimes can easily be made into magical potions and stuff. Um, there's also body parts that have magic components to them. There's so much that you can use from these beasts, and honestly, some beasts can be used for multiple potions, or even different beasts can be used for the same potion. It's all about experimentation and time, but it's a worthwhile profession. Ooh. That's something I don't think I've ever dealt with. Um, I, I wouldn't be the biggest proponent of talking about celestial blood, especially in a city such as Redridge. A lot of our clerics can be a little high and mighty. They do look down on a lowly herbalist such as myself. They can heal people with magic. Um, I just offer lower rates sometimes, and not everyone wants to heal themselves with magic. Sometimes it's something that would just cost too much for a family of three trying to just get rid of a stinky old cough. So yeah, I would keep stuff like that quiet. Clerics can be a bit much. My potions of comprehend language are generally on the pretty cheap side. Currently I'm charging about 25 gold per, and I currently have 6 in possession that I'm willing to sell. I have a couple I need to set aside for some business people that I know are coming into town, and they like speaking dwarf. talking to dwarves here. Yeah, 25 gold, please. She'll gently pick up, that one potion. Okay. If you want, 10 more gold, and I'll give you one of my patented healing mixtures. It is a steal. I usually sell them for about 30 gold. Yes. They're just healing balls. You just rub them on your body. Takes about a minute, and then you heal. And don't worry, there's no dung in those. That's just for the cough medicine. There are children fused, however. Wonderful, wonderful. And she just like snags one off the shelf. There you go. Thank you for doing business at the mossy biome. I said bossy biome. Mm-hmm. If you ever need anything else, herb-wise, moss-wise, birch-wise, anything like that, I've got you. I'm your dwarf. Okay. You all leave, I'm guessing, the mossy biome.
Yeah, unless anyone else needs anything.
Yes, solve it here. I'm guessing. Yeah. But yeah, with that, you are still free to do whatever you want. You know, you have wasted about 3 hours, so at this point, it's close to like 6. Just trying to find a place like this. So you probably all are pretty hungry at this point. If Bonnie, if you wanted to, one of those restaurants that you saw that was pretty good, fairly close by. It has outdoor seating as well, and rooftop seating actually. You are. Treat one, gotta treat them all. Understood. So, you all probably, use the rest of your time sparingly, trying to find things to do in the city. There's parks and small little, spots to sit and rest and just enjoy the culture of the city. if there's nothing else you all wish to do or can think of, eventually, are you just going to find your inn again and have another sleep?
Yeah. Yeah, at least yeah, probably.
Okay. So, you all head back to the inn and begin a long rest. At this point, you've been walking around all day, exploring the city and all the sights it has to offer. And you all settle down for a nice long rest. Oh yeah, I'm sure you reopen the windows. You don't see Grim, for the majority of the day. So when you go to sleep, you're not expecting anything. And it's why early in the morning there is a sudden and you hear like the sound of like something just slamming into one of the walls as Grim flies into the window like at the break of dawn, um, quite perplexed and very, very rapid. Um, Hi. Sorry I've been gone so long, but I've been spying, as Ripley said I maybe should, and I think you all have a problem.
What kind of problem?
Well, I they went into a tavern. I spied on the tavern. I've been looking in their windows. They took a really early night after having some sort of talk, and well, they woke up an hour ago, and I've been following them, and I've been overhearing them. I'm pretty sure they're about to go into the temple, and they're going to kill all of the people who've been cursed by Hadar. Is Asanov in there?
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
We should probably
They're
go
probably
back
going
there.
to kill Asanov. So
Yeah, let's go back to the temple.
we should go. He immediately flies to the windowsill. Come on, hurry! And he flies out the window. Gathering your stuff, putting on any arms and armors that you need. You realize, time-wise, this is very, very early in the morning. In fact, suffice to say, right now it's probably like 6:30. The window itself, you're on the second floor, I believe. Actually, no, you're on the third floor. The baths are on the second floor. So you're about 30 feet up.
We should haul ass out of here.
Yeah, you all begin to, rush out the front door of your establishment and running up the multiple different layers of the city, attempting to get to the temple. We're now going to cut back to the temple and back in time to just about when your allies left. Asanov. Fe Ritra, Rintra, sorry. Goes through some of his books while you kind of sit in his office for about 2 hours and just reads, going over things. Eventually, he does, ask how this happened. If Asnath was willing to answer, he would be curious.
I'll tell him that I died when we were fighting hungered beasts, and I've been like this ever since.
Huh. It could be a new
Or
form
maybe
of
not died, but went down.
Yeah. Well, it could always be a new form of mutation that the hungered beasts and the great beast itself has bestowed upon. you, but again, I don't see it likely. Granted, Egil, your allies, cursed in a beneficial way, somewhat. It's peculiar. Continues reading, probably another like 20 minutes. By the way, I never asked. Kind of looks up from his book for a little bit, closes it, but puts like a little marker in it. Your elven nature leads me to believe you're a wood elf, correct?
I am.
I would like to wager a guess where you're from. Is that okay with you?
By all means.
Vanrar Gelados?
I'm afraid so.
Kind of sits back, fully sets the book down. So, you're one of the few fabled survivors. How did that come to pass?
I got lucky, I suppose.
I suppose. I've been writing letters to the Lord of Clash, trying to get him to send me some of the survivors that came his way. I believe in rehabilitation and counseling. The type of trauma that an attack supposedly from a herald of Hadar could do to a society, your people. It's devastating. I can't imagine or even begin to imagine how you feel. But can I ask how you feel?
I'm afraid I don't really know how to answer that.
Make a deception check.
This is just like, ah, ah. 10.
I think you do know how to answer that. Maybe you don't feel comfortable with me learning this information. I don't judge you for what has happened to you, because it was not your fault. You did nothing wrong. I am just curious, and I wish to help. You are here in a place of healing of the body for your body. But while you're here, maybe you can also heal your mind. I know PTSD is a common thing with survivors of great tragedies. If you suffer, maybe I can help. Turn trauma into strength, strength into action, action into living a true life once more, not marred by an unfortunate situation, a circumstance not of your own design. And I'm not coming to you as a place of a worshiper. I'm an avid cleric, but I am also a student of the mind. My society is not very religious. This is still new to me.
appreciate you trying to help me. But I would prefer to find my own purpose in what happened.
Okay. The journey of recovery in the end is on you, not anyone else. I wish you good luck in the speed of all the gods. Well, it's time. I must start to make some of my rounds. I'm going to have you follow. Um, if anything is too much, let me know, and I can drop you off with one of my attendants. But I do want you close, in case somehow you are befallen. Stay close, okay?
Understood.
Stands and makes his way out of the office. What is your passive perception?
16.
16. As the door opens and you begin to follow him out, there is a soft thud to your right, and you turn and look, and there's your doll. Right on the edge of the doorway, almost hidden.
I'm just gonna pick her up. Follow
Yeah.
this guy.
Best friends.
Best friends.
You walk into the central kind of domed area, and you can see the different sites. You can see there's a new class that has begun their own study. You can see it's not big. There's one teacher, a couple guards kind of on the edges, and there's maybe like 4 or 5 different individuals. And you can see they're in various states of delirium or madness. You can see some of them are like very calm. You see one's very jittery and almost like tensed, and there's a larger guard presence closer to them. But they're just learning like ways to mentally like toughen themselves and protect themselves and try to go for trauma and all this stuff. It's an asylum in Maine, but like you can tell they're not being locked up.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, it's more of a mental health facility. Actually trying to improve these people's lives.
No, don't cure me of
Damn,
my delusions.
imagine that.
Oh, don't cure me of my delusions.
But he takes you across the room to another doorway. You can see a different office that is, the door is wide open, but it's dark, seemingly empty. Unless it seems almost like as if there's probably supposed to be 2 directors, maybe a secondary director or something like that, and the office is just empty. Just no one's in there. And he takes you down a staircase, very similar to the one you passed near his office. And it takes you underground beneath the facility into seemingly a more secure area where some of these patients are kept in a darker sort of state. And you all, the 2 of you, pass many more guards and eventually enter in to what appears to be kind of like an open courtyard of sorts, but underground. You can see benches and small little spaces for individuals to get meals. And there's probably only about 6 people here. He begins to walk up to one table who looks to be an attendant talking to one of the patients. The patients are only really distinguished by like very bland kind of grays, kind of heavier, warmer clothes than some of the clerics. You see the attendant kind of stands as Faye sits down with the person. Michael, how are you feeling today? Okay, doctor. Okay. You have the dream again. Yeah, I did. You want to describe it to me this time? And maybe we can start putting in some more details. Yeah, it started as normal. We were just rowing out onto the lake. I heard the inane ramblings of that guy. And then, we're joking, we're making fun of him. And he starts going off, oh, the temple's here, And then it shifts so fast. I fall into the water. I feel like I'm drowning the entire time. And then I see that red. I see... Oh, I see blood in the water. And I turn. It's my brother, just bleeding from the neck. The red filled everything. I couldn't help, but I needed to breathe. And underwater, you're just breathing in. You're breathing in the water. I could taste his iron. Why did it taste so good? And you see he starts to slowly cry. It's okay. It's okay. I did nothing wrong. And he begins to talk to him for, a good 30 minutes. And you get the sense that he's not entirely mad, per se, but there's trauma, for sure, and guilt. And yeah, but there's also something deeper that you can tell this individual was touched by Hadar in some way, just from your own perception. In fact, the other 5 individuals also seem to have suffered in some way. Is there anything you wish to do, Asana, or you just kind of sit and watch?
How close can I get to them before I get told off?
How close? He doesn't tell you off.
I just want to sit at the table.
Okay, you sit at the table with them?
Yeah, I don't want to do anything in front
Okay.
of him.
Yeah, you kind of sit at the
I
table,
am
and Faye will kind
curious
of
to see if they
give you a
react to me.
glance, but it's not a glance of you shouldn't do this, but he's almost curious. The individual is a little bit more nervous as he looks towards you. What were you saying, though? Asuna?
I'll just say,
Oh, sorry, don't mind me.
and I make direct eye contact.
Okay. He looks away. He doesn't meet your gaze. She went through trauma of her own sort. Very recently, in fact. Maybe the two of you could help each other. I'm going to go grab a couple waters for us. Maybe a coffee for myself. Can I get you anything? Looks to the both of you. One of those mushroom cupcakes? I got you. Anything for you, Asana?
A water, please.
Water coming right up. And then he kind of stands and begins to head deeper into the facility. So what happened to you?
Most recently, I have been afflicted with a bit of a curse, I'm afraid. One that keeps me dying in the night.
Oh. I'm so sorry. How how does it feel to die?
Painful, but almost liberating.
How can it be liberating? Just end this strife?
Well, it's the end.
Well,
You've done everything you can. And all that's left now is to move on. Go towards something greater, if you can.
I I don't know. I often think about death and it just terrifies me. I just don't know what I will see, where I'll go. Will I be judged?
I think that all depends on who you choose to serve.
I don't know who to serve. I just want my brother back.
Well, some things are less achievable than others.
I know. I just wish there was a way to ask where he went, to see. I don't know what that red light was, but
You mentioned you were going to the lake, right?
And I'm gonna lower my voice a little bit.
yeah,
Near Reedtown?
yeah, we had heard that there was a treasure, something under the lake, just a rumor. We were just trying to make some more money. We were experienced enough. We'd already gone through
If
one
I
dungeon before.
Him and his brother went through one dungeon before.
That's what he says.
if I could tell you what happened, would you promise to keep it a secret?
Sure.
I also went with that old man on the fishing boat. He took us out to the middle of the lake. I saw the temple come up. I've seen that red light before.
He,
It
just so you know, he kind of, as you're saying this, he stops moving. He doesn't shake. His eyes kind of just grow very, very still. He does not break eye contact with you now. The only movement you see is a single gulp.
It's Hadar, the Black Hunger. I think that's what took your brother.
Are you sure?
I should know. He took my father and a lot of other people who were very important to me.
Uh, uh, I knew the red light meant something. Are they right? Did he claim me? Am I cursed?
I would like to think of it as a blessing. You were chosen to survive for something, right?
I don't know if I was chosen.
If you weren't chosen, then why was it that you lived? Surely
Make
Hadar
make a
could have had you
persuasion check,
both.
please, with advantage.
Good, that's just a straight roll.
Yeah, you are exhausted.
I am.
Not entirely someone you should want to trust.
Fuck.
Eesh. I I lived because I there's no other choice for me.
And you believe you made that choice?
Of course, I definitely made the choice.
Perhaps.
You hear some footfalls, and coming around one of the corners, you can see Faye reappears, smiling, holding uh, 3 cups and a single muffin. Sets down the coffee cup and one of the waters, sets down the water and the muffin in front of the patient, slides you one of the waters. Okay. You enjoy that for a little bit. I'm going to go talk to some of the other individuals. He smiles pretty calmly. Us now, if you want to join me.
I'll look over at this group and then say,
Yes.
and I'll stand up and take my water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From then on, you're not really left alone with any of the patients. He generally goes through and talks about their traumas. Um, for the most part, a lot of them saw very similar things. Um, they describe red-eyed fish creatures that dwelt at the bottom of the lake. At least a few of them do, and a lot of them seem to blame those. Um, but also, they all seemingly saw this deep red light. And some of them are definitely more mad than others. You talk to, uh, the first one you talked to was probably the most sane.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the other ones are a little bit more. They definitely show signs of like distress and PTSD, and um, he definitely has his work cut out for them with,
It's
with
like
them.
looking into a mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they weren't even attacked by, Hadar.
Harold's
Heralds
weak
or whatever, whatever
sauce.
attacked your place. Just attacked by fishmen and just saw this blinding yellow light. Um, you know, but they say it didn't help when some of them they described getting on the boat and that the old man was just spouting these strange things as he rowed some of these people back to the shores, leaving their family or their friends dead in the water. Um, you know, and that some of them just he was saying that they should have lived to see true might and glory, and just insane incoherent ramblings that they couldn't mentally deal with at the time, but now they're trying to okay, like and he's asking questions. He's like, why do you think the old man said those things? Why do you think he took you out there? Do you believe that the temple and him were related in some way? And that maybe he was traumatized as well, and it's a cycle of trauma that you now need to break. And he's just like trying to better these people's minds as best as he can. Uh, you know, but he's there with you probably for like the next 4 hours. Like you're there for a while. Like he doesn't really get you another water or anything like that. He does have another water brought to himself after his coffee runs out. Um, but eventually, the lessons end. Those people are softly escorted by attendants, guards nearby to their dormitories, and you're eventually taken back towards the office of Faye. So, Asanath, what did you think?
It was interesting. Lots of boat stories.
Yes, I haven't been able to get any of my people to head to Reed Town to validate some of these stories. But when you have at least 5 individuals telling you of a crazed boatman who took them out on a lake to see something weird, I believe them. It saddens me to see people like this. People who, given a few more journeys, they could have been renowned adventurers. Um, you know, it's strange to think that there's so many groups of individuals. Kind of makes eye contact with you as he says this. That get together through different means. You know, natural, some forced, but they grow and bond, and eventually they become heroes, or they fall into obscurity. I've known quite a few, heard of quite a few.
I suppose it's just the way of things.
Yeah. We live in a dangerous world. The body can die so often, yet we have magic to bring ourselves back to life. But it can still leave mental scars, change how people see things, turn good people bad. And that is something that I work to repair, bring out the natural humanity in so many. It's a tough job, but I do what I can.
It's very noble of you.
I try.
I'm sure a lot of them appreciate it.
Not everyone does. According to the Empire of Glass, I am a war criminal. Both because of my heritage and because I see the best in people who were afflicted by something terrible. The fact that they saw something related to this Hadar has earned them a death sentence. And I don't believe that. I fear with Crimson's newfound friendship, I'm going to see more and more paladins out of the Empire on my doorstep. And I fear for their lives. I truly do. Those poor souls. They just want to live. They want to get over what they saw. And they want to live. Some fools. It's the only reason I haven't petitioned harder for the survivors out of Clash. I fear they'd get here and they'd all die. to the sword just for surviving.
That does seem to be how the Empire of Glass likes to operate.
Yes, makes me regret my move here. But I guess 20 years of peace was enough after so long. In a dangerous, toxic place. Well, it is getting late. I'm going to take my rest now. So I will be ready to be awake and ready to heal you. My guess is, educated wise, it's probably going to be early in the morning hours when you fall again. So I'll make sure I'm there when you do.
Then, rest well.
Sean, good luck. He'll kind of head out, leave the door open. He signs one of the guards to kind of stay close and stay nearby to watch over you. You're left in the room with nothing but your porcelain doll.
Yeah. I'm just gonna probably sit down on the floor and lean back against the wall with my doll in my lap and just wait to die.
Mm-hmm. Do you look at your doll?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else to
Make
look
eye
at other than
contact
the
with it, maybe?
guard. Yeah. Yeah, let's get let's check all these tropes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You see your doll, its beautiful eyes staring back at yours. And then you hear in your mind, he took my father. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna look at the doll and then up at the guard and then back at my doll. And I'm
What are you thinking?
the first thought is he's serving a higher purpose. And then the second thought is I wonder if this guard can hear me. Because she's thinking about whispering what she just thought.
That's like a gift for me. You hear in your head. There are eyes watching
Okay.
us right now.
Ace is gonna think.
Are you talking about the guard?
The guard? Yes.
I see. He is watching.
He is watching. Can't hear us.
No, I suppose this is all in my head.
My vocal cords ain't right.
I see.
best friend? Feel awake as ever do?
I feel awake right now, yes.
Yes.
Just waiting until I don't.
I am the corpse, or the corpse to be.
Yeah, so that way, Feyrentra can bring me back to life.
Bring me back to life. Yes. Let's go shopping.
Shopping?
Yes.
Okay, for what?
This doesn't quite understand what this means. Shopping.
There's a pause. No. Not now.
Later, then.
Yes. Later then.
Okay. I'm just gonna
I
try to figure
love
out
you.
what my doll wants to go.
Oh, I love you too.
And now I just try to figure out what my doll wants to go shopping for. A new clown dress?
The hunger curse is what gives them beautiful eyes.
Oh, do you want eyes?
Eyes. Beautiful eyes.
You want beautiful eyes. To replace the eyes you have now or for a different purpose?
What
I
a
put them in my
crazy
alms
person thing
box.
to do.
Do you hear what I said?
Yeah, put them in the alms box.
Yeah, put them in my alms box.
Okay, so you want beautiful eyes to make a sacrifice? Or an offering, rather?
I suppose you can.
Okay. I'll get someone's eyes for you.
Yes. Best friends.
Yes, yes.
What a normal, sane thing to do. Promise to give your clown doll best friend some eyes later.
Mm-hmm. I love this doll so much.
I do too. I'm glad Ace picked it up.
Mm-hmm. I also it just gives me an excuse to keep a list of the fucking batshit things that you say.
Of any vocabulary to give this doll.
Oh
It
yeah,
is
absolutely.
mine.
I'm actually starting to like. Okay, I actually should just start putting like normal words in there because I'm like, oh, did you actually ever say this? Because I don't know. You know, I need some better words for you.
Let's just talk in batshit crazy metaphors.
Yeah,
I
pretty
think
much.
my doll wants me to kill someone,
Maybe.
and I don't know who.
Yeah. So you kind of talk to your doll. You know, sit and relax and wait and wait, and eventually, uh, you know, late into the early morning. Eventually, you see the guard starts to get really tired, just sitting there, kind of watching you the entire time. There's seemingly no shift change for him. He's, starting to zone in and out, getting like real tired. He yawns once pretty heavy. Looks back at you, cocks his head, and all that's heard in that room is the doll speaking, dead in the night. There is sudden footfalls as he runs across the asylum, fetches Faye, and Faye rushes to your side. No one else there to greet him. Okay, here we go. You two, let me drag her out into the central courtyard. I'm gonna need the space. Sir, I don't know if we should move. Fuck it, I guess we'll just do it here then. In my office. Close the door. And he begins the hour-long ritual, casting Raise Dead. And eventually, after hours, an hour of silence, of emptiness, there is a dream that you have. You're walking across the shores of your home. Small ice floes currently rake against the rocky shores. The deep woods of the bitterwood and the common tongue rise to meet you just a few feet away. You look out towards the distant emptiness, the empty aisles, and the dark abyss of the deep cold ocean. You see a flash of red far off. It's strange. There's no sunset yet. That red sun gets brighter and brighter, engulfing you. You look down, and you can see through your skin. You can see the veins, the blood leaking from your body, staining the ground red. You turn towards the woods and watch them be engulfed in the red and orange as they burn. You hear the screams as everything goes red, your entire world. And then you sit up in a cold sweat with a drow looking at your face. Well, Asenath returned to the living. I have no idea if this is a permanent feature, so I may keep you here for further study. But, congratulations. You are living once more. He holds a hand out towards you.
I'll take it.
He lifts you slightly and sets you softly into the chair that you sat in, for most of your time in this room. Stay here, and generally just stay careful. Coming back from the dead typically is an ordeal. Raised dead specifically. You will find it hard to do anything. Even with a long rest and time sleeping, you will still struggle. You are both exhausted by a lot and freshly alive. I found your soul and was able to tug it back into your mortal body. I'm hoping it'll stay there, but you should be fine. Spell worked. I did also do a free at-will remove curse in case you are cursed in any way. So I'm hoping you'll be alright.
Yes, thank you. Where's my doll?
It's still in your hands. It never left.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm surprised you still had it, but no. Interesting, little thing you have. He kind of eyes you warily.
Yes, it's.
Certainly something. Well, it's still pretty early. If you want, you can lay in the chair and rest. I'm not going to move you to any of the rooms. I don't want you with the regular patients, really. Feel free to be as comfortable as you want. I'm sure with how exhausted you are, you might just fall asleep here. And that is perfectly okay. I'll still have one of the guards at the door if you need anything. Don't be afraid to ask, okay?
Okay.
I can't wait to
Thank
write about
you.
this experience. It was certainly something. He will stand. If there's nothing else you wish to say to him,
No, I'm just kind of like staring
yeah,
like at nothing.
yeah. He'll walk out the door. You see the guard kind of begins to close the door just to to be a crack open. So if you yell or anything, like it'll be easier for him to hear. He walks. You hear the footfalls echoing down the corridor, and then you hear the sound. It sounds like heavy footfalls, like metal. And then you hear like a door shatter. You are harboring elder evils in this place of worship. What are you doing here? You are not permitted to be in these halls. Silence, Knifear! I will not allow these malformed creations to survive in this world. I will kill them right now, and you will let me. I cannot. You hear the sound of a crossbow. Twing! And suddenly there is a gasp of breath. Shot me! Kill them! There is a sudden loud clash outside as you hear the guards fighting and dying. You hear the sounds of spells clanging off armor and the sounds of swords slicing flesh. There's a and you hear someone heavy fall to the ground. Lay here. Heal yourself if you wish. We'll just keep you down. One arrow at a time until you're all out of magic. You silly little weakling. Follow me. Let's kill the others. Stay. Finish him when he's out. And you hear heavy footfalls further down the path. You sit there quietly. Please, please, you don't have to do this. You don't want to do this. You will be making an enemy out of all of Redridge. Fool. Who do you think let us in? Your priests don't care about you. You don't belong in this kingdom. This is our kingdom now. I will relish watching you bleed out. You hear the sound of a crossbow whirring. Chink. I will relish killing you in a few moments. You hear the sound of something leveling. Heal yourself, Magic Man. See how long you live. There is sudden movement again, sounds of heavy footfalls. You hear something turn on concrete. What the? As you hear the sounds, unmistakable, of your allies calling for your name. That's where I'm going to end the session.
We're in Game of Thrones.
This
This is like the Red Wedding.
if only I managed to get a higher roll on my persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 3.
Yeah, I wish you would have been able to do it, but there's still the future, and you're alive.
Yeah,
Just so
and
you
I'm
know,
alive.
yeah, you have a -4 to all, uh, every single roll. I'm pretty sure attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks, and you have disadvantage on all ability checks right now. I believe, pretty sure, right?
Did I get an? Yeah, I got another level of exhaustion.
Oh, 100% yes. You're at 3.
Yeah,
As
-4
well.
penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
Yeah,
Each time you finish a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1.
yeah. You kind of got fucked, honestly.
Eh,
But yeah.
so that's the Braze dead shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ray's dead.
At least I'm alive. I'm just gonna sit right here. I wish I could save that guy. He seemed nice, but he's too nice. He might fix me, and I can't have that. Also, I need his ears for Eel.
Well, Gil's here. So you hear the unmistakable sounds of your allies running down that hallway to try and save you. So they are there. They are ready and waiting to help you out the best they can. So for the rest of you, we'll pick up, getting to this point next session. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed Red Ridge.
Yeah, it's
A little
been
bit.
great.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be alive.
Oh yeah. I mean, Red Ridge is a nice place. Just you all were a little preoccupied with some other things.
I
Yeah.
am so glad I get to hate these people so thoroughly and without remorse because they suck a lot.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to.
It's like Zarin all over again. They're just bad, and there's nothing.
Oh yeah.
It's bad end sentence. There's nothing else.
Yeah, they're bad. They're completely racist. So I had to pull out like the Skyrim anti, what is it? The Dunmer. What are they called? Are they dark? Are they the Dark Elves? What's their name?
I don't know.
I'm
I'm
talking
definitely not gonna feel bad about thinning the herd.
Maybe we
Dark
can
Elf.
save Feyrentra and take his ears, but just say that the paladins cut his ears off after they killed him.
I mean,
Hey, that's conjecture for next week.
that's horrible. But yeah,
Also,
you could, in
here's the
theory,
thing.
do that.
Here's the thing. He's not dead.
No, not yet.
No. He's just bleeding out.
But we might need him to be.
Hey, it's an evil campaign.
I'll
I
save
put
you if you
situations.
give me
I
your
put
ears.
situations that I'm like, oh, this will be an interesting kind of like moral quandary. Like, oh yeah, maybe this will work. So, who knows?
Yeah, he's just
Creepers,
such a threat to
creepers.
me.
Yeah. You got to meet some of the Hadar spawn, or the Hadar survivors, I should say.
We'll be Hadar spawn by the time I'm done with him. One
If they
way or another.
survive.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, this
glad
event
to fight
just
a bunch
serves
of
to radicalize.
paladins.
Like, this
Again.
event just serves to radicalize them further.
God,
Maybe.
yeah, if they watch Asenath and Ripley kick ass here,
Yeah,
it's gonna be detrimental to their health.
it will be.
Ripley just needs to eat shit. I need to roll all now ones so that they're like, oh, maybe
To be
Hadar
fair,
isn't that
Ace
good
won't be
actually.
kicking any ass. She is going to sit quietly in the cell. She would
That's
die.
so valid actually.
I mean, you still have all your hit points. You're just really exhausted, and you're not that far from.
I
it,
have
honestly.
10 hit points.
Oh, wait, really?
I have 10 hit points and no spells.
Oh,
yeah,
you're
Raised Dead
close.
doesn't give you any of that back.
No, I thought you were at full hit points.
Nope.
Did you not short rest at all?
I did short rest and I used up 2 of my 3 hit die and I got like 9 hit points back, which put me at a 10. I didn't roll very well.
Well, Nice. Well, at least you're alive.
TPK.
It's not gonna be a TPK.
Yeah,
Damn,
so
unfortunate.
seeing as all of my attack rolls.
Hey, our last battle with paladins went so great.
It
So,
actually
you
did,
know,
so
Y'all got this without me.
essentially down one party member, you know, we're gonna do wonderful.
yeah, you'll be fine.
It'll be fun. I'm excited.
Me too. I am
Now I
very
don't have to
excited.
steal healing from innocent people. I can steal it from fascists.
Yeah.
Always. I love stealing my healing.
Yippee!
I love stealing healing from fascists.
Same.
Completely evil fascists.
It's okay to undermine the healing of fascists.
Exactly. It's moral, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is an ethical obligation, in fact.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the end of our session today because I'm not gonna have us start a fight like this. So
Just go for the whole night. That'd be
Yippee!
awful.
no. Well, yeah, thank you all for playing.